So welcome everybody to game number, I don't know why I introduced it this way. Welcome to a King of Kings Regicide Rumble 3 game. This is the final day in intermediate, and we have a new version of King of Kings to try out for this. We have 8 players, and I have Spirit of the Law here. Spirit, how you doing, man?
Doing great.
Awesome. Well, I'll introduce the players. I see some people have picked Japanese for you, I'm sure. Yes. And starting off in the red, we have Portuguese for Mengarda. In the yellow, we have Japanese for Hugo. In the teal, we have Seaberg, who's playing as the Spanish. In the orange, we have Strode, who's playing as the Japanese. In the gray, we have Mayans for John. In the blue, we have Ande23, who's playing as the Ethiopians. In the purple, we have, I think he said Dane is the way to pronounce that, and he's playing as the Malay. And then last but not least, we have Sally, who is one of the mods here. He's playing as the Japanese.
Wow, 3 Japanese.
Yeah, it's not, like you said before, it's really not bad for this map because there's so many different things you can do. And the fishing is going to be a huge aspect of this.
Yeah, I didn't realize there were so many deer as well. I'm surprised nobody went Mongols, but I guess not great on water, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised too. I would probably pick Mongols for this because there's plenty of resources, and if you get castles up, you should be able to make the Mangadai, and Mongols are always hard to stop in late game.
Yeah, I saw that in the last game, right? I didn't quite see to the end of it, but somebody was going with Mongols late game. Good choice.
Yeah, I was explaining it to the viewers when they were asking what my civ preference would be, and personally I feel like I would go Mongols or Spanish for 90% of these maps. However, on maps where you're not going to have the trade potential, and this might be one of them, maybe you'd prefer to go for something like Mongols or... because Spanish, while they are good, it's like, without trade, you might as well choose Franks for Paladin Civ.
Yeah, have people been trading a lot? Because this is Diplo, right? So they can all ally up?
Yeah, believe it or not too much. There have been some instances where there's been trade, but we picked maps that are a little bit what I would call dynamic, maps where players were forced to fight instead of sit back. And then eventually we have a very mild storm that comes in. If you look and see these little torches in the water,
okay.
At the 2-hour mark game time, that area will start to take a little bit of damage. It's like those Battle Royale games out there, and it just means that players can't stay there for too long.
Yeah, no, I like that idea. That's very creative. Is there like a graphic for it, or we just have to know it's there?
Yeah, there's no graphic. Normally what happens is, if there's any units, the mini-map will blink when those units take damage. It's kind of hard to explain, but no graphic right now. I would really like a graphic because I think it would look cool, though it might be super distracting as well. It's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, that'd be a cool mod, though, if somebody could make that.
All right, so I'm looking at the chat, and something that you need to know about Sally is Sally was in one of my legend videos. It's called The Legends of Texas. And Sally and a player named Arion had this magnificent story, and it all revolved around Diplo. And he's really good at getting people to do what he wants. And normally it's because he's being overall a very good guy. So right now, Sally said, can we make an agreement not to fight over it? What are they talking about? Oh, he's talking to, I think, Purple. So they will not fight over that corner where those resources are, Spirit. That's interesting.
Nice. Like they're planning to share it, you mean?
Yeah, instead of one player towering that and taking it all for themselves.
I feel like that can be a good move, though, I think.
Yeah.
To kind of make some allies, you know, and attack somebody else together. I feel like that's probably that's how I would play it anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if it would be a great idea for anyone to let Sally, of all people, have that corner with them. But then again, if you fight Sally, if Sally is one of the stronger players, then they could just defeat you. So it's kind of hard to say, to be honest.
What time are you at here on your recording?
I'm at 7:30.
Okay.
We at the same time, or?
I'm slightly ahead of you. I'll slow down for a little bit.
Okay, I think, so this time I'm always going to be at, it might be Capture Age being a second or two behind, because I can't really speed it up past here, but we'll just keep that in mind. It happens.
Sure.
Okay, apparently Purple's name stands for your mom. So that's what chat's telling me right now. So today I learned.
In what, German?
I should know this because I have a lot of Germans here, but so I'm going to assume so, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, so Sally's definitely talking about sharing corners. He says, is he typing 4 to talk to player 4? Is he doing that for my benefit? That's weird. I've never seen anybody type that. Yeah, he's talking to player 4. All right, there's some conversation. It can be very hard to track the conversation, but it's happening. Since we have the time to talk about it, I want to go back to the corners. One thing that you need to know is that the corners are always visible. So if you go to Sally's point of view, for example, because he's still in Dark Age, the corners are visible for him, and they'll always be visible regardless of alliances. And there's only 4 corners with 8 players, and there's a total of 12,000 gold and 1,500 stone there. So you have that area to focus on. You have your own resources around your TCs to focus on, and then throughout the game, there's a lot of wood in the center and a lot of map that you'll need to control. Very interesting map because there's so many different things you can do with Spirit. You can fish, you can hunt, you could take the gold anywhere.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see because you can probably lose a lot of resources going for that gold anyway, right? It's also not a super long-term thing. Like, it'll last for a while. But I would think trade would be a good idea if you can't get onto that and just make some alliances, especially somebody across the map that you can have a safe trade route with.
Yeah, Diplo is weird because sometimes people will trade and things will be good and that ends up being a good decision. But other times you try and trade with someone who immediately backstabs you and then that's not a good decision. So it really depends. And certain players just have a knack for, like Sally, for example, talking early, having people trust them or be afraid of them, whatever that may be. And so I always try and pay attention to this chat here. Like right now, your mom is saying, Blue no attacking agreement. So I guess since he's next door neighbors to Blue, he wants some type of an alliance there.
Yeah, I think he's going to get targeted though. Like look on the left side of the map.
Yep.
He's already over there.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Personally, I feel like sending 5 villagers to the corner early isn't a bad thing. It's possible that Sally might just send his own batch of villagers over there and mine with him. And it's not necessarily... doesn't put a target on his back. But if you start to tower there, then it shows that you're going to be more greedy. And then players might be more prone to attack you. Strode. Chat's telling me to look at Strode. What did Strode say? He just said, I'm a fool. That's it. So, don't know about that one. So, what do you think? I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, I think he and Teal are doing the same thing. They're going to be sharing that corner peacefully for now anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, this might be a big calm before the storm. And normally is. Civ-wise, we have Japanese. We talked about the strength of Japanese on water. They have their amazing infantry. The samurai, which I know you love, and the halberdiers can be good. But what do you think about some of these other civs here and the options that they have?
I really like the Ethiopian choice, personally. I just think a really fun civilization to play. But also, I don't think archers are going to be too bad here for picking off kings and stuff like that.
Yep.
You know, any civ with cavalry archer, I feel like right away I would gravitate towards that, which is why I think Mayans is kind of an interesting choice.
Yep. Yeah, they have... So Mayans could go plumes, I guess. It's a mobile archer. It's one of the only foot mobile archers. Japanese cav archers actually aren't that bad too. I mean, you could justify making them over Arbalest, to be honest.
Yeah, well, certainly, if you had the gold and the economy to back that up. What's the population limit? Is it 200?
Yeah, it's 200 population limit, so it would need to, they probably will boom to 100 plus eco units, fishing ships and vills and stuff. But yeah, that could be cool. I'd also like to see Ethiopians consider going for some siege, honestly. Like siege onager can make things very complicated for any civ, but particularly the civs that are in here right now. Spanish tend to go for paladin halbs. They don't really have, I guess the only thing they would have is bombard cannons, maybe some monks. I don't know. I think on day 23, so on day 23 and Sally, I'm very confident in their abilities to play this game. They've been around a while, and they're also mods on the stream, so I've seen them tons of times. I think those are the two to look out for.
Yeah, I think Malay's an interesting choice. I noticed that he's going for the stone on the left. So I wonder if he's trying to make a castle, Karambits or something, or maybe just tower. I don't know.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what else would be interesting with this Civ? With all this water and all of those corners, you could get thalassocracy, and then your docks would become harbors, and you could dock block the corners off and take all the gold for yourself, or just defend yourself on the shoreline.
Yeah, I could see that being pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
How much gold is on the map? I know you got it on your your capture age.
Yeah, so 125k gold is on the map. So, quick math, divide that by 8 players, and that's like a lot. It's like 15k, 16, 17k per player, or something like that. That actually doesn't come out to be that much.
No, it's
that's way that's
gateway.
That math was way off. That doesn't make any sense, does it?
If you
8 times 10, it's close-ish.
Yeah,
it's close-ish.
Yeah.
Chat's like, we need to give Spirit some calculations right now. Put him under some live Q&A. It's funny.
I think your 15's close, isn't it? Just more than 15?
Yeah, I think it's 15, 16-ish.
Yeah.
So, in some of these games, the players who fall about middle of the table become very strong. So I'm looking at John, Strode, Seaberg, those guys. Their populations are good. It's not great, but that means that they won't be targeted early. So they should have time. And I've seen a lot from Seaberg, for example. I know that he can boom up well. I know Strode can boom up well. Some of the others don't have as much of a reputation for me. But I like Seaberg's position. Notice how he's next to Hugo, who is not in the top 4. And he's next to Strode, who is 3rd or 4th place. Whereas you have Gray on the other side, he's next to blue. And then purple and red could struggle because they're next to green. So I think position's important here as well.
Oh, for sure. I even feel teal's in a bit of a tough spot here. Trying to get over to the island. I think orange is doing a much better job booming than you might think.
Yeah.
Or at least like grabbing a lot of the gold early on, which is going to be helpful.
Yeah, there's something about Strode, man. There was a game where he had 20,000 gold. He figured he had it in the bag, and then somebody sniped him. And ever since then, the meme has been, if Strode doesn't have 20,000 gold, he doesn't have enough. And he plays into it too. Like I'll be like, wow, this guy has 10,000 gold, and Strode will say, it's not enough. So we'll see what he ends up doing. Japanese isn't really a civ where you need a lot of gold unless you decide to go for trebs.
No, true. Yeah, I found they do pretty well, actually, if you don't have gold.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I was in a game recently where I was Japanese, and I forget what the enemy civilization was, to be honest, but I just remember they were teching into champions to counter Halbskirm. But Japanese halberdiers with that attack speed can actually handle two-handed swordsmen really well. It's unbelievable, especially with a few skirmishers behind. It's a strong, strong play.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a great bonus. Maybe underrated? I don't know. Hard to say anymore. I think everybody kind of knows more where the bonuses are at now.
Oh, for sure. It's wild. It's good for me as a caster that I know those things. Like I can say, okay, this is good, this is bad immediately. I have judgment on that, but I also think that with the new civs upcoming, it's exciting that everyone's not going to know, and there's going to be some exploring, and the meta is not going to be quite as defined, and the balance isn't going to be quite as defined. I am very excited for that.
Yeah, no, it's so hard to figure out how good the bonuses are going to be, right?
Yep.
Yeah, even looking at the info that's out there about it, I mean, it's just so hard to judge because stuff will sound really good on paper, and then suddenly you'll try it in practice. And, you know, I think of the Malay as an example of that. Like, they're faster advancing, or even Khmer, where you can miss a building. And you're like, I'm sure there's some way to make that really, really good that you don't need a barracks. But it's kind of hard till you're seeing it in practice, see how good that actually is.
I remember playing, and there's thalassocracy for your mom. So he is thinking about the dock approach. But I remember playing with Malay, Khmer Burmese, all of those civs before they were released. And I think at the time, Malay's advancing time was 100%. And then they nerfed it to 80%, and everyone was still like, oh, Malay will be the best civ in the game. Malay will be the best civ in the game. And now I think the only time that people think Malay is even remotely top 5, like close to top 5 would be Arena, and then honestly community games in certain situations. So,
well, aren't they the least played game according to that AOE stats website?
You mean like the least played civ? It's possible. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think they're picked the least out of all the civs.
Ooh, wow! Is Strode making fun? Strode is making fun of my farms. This is the community I built, Spirit. Oh my god! All right, well, we're just not gonna look at his base.
That should have been on the bingo. Oh man, T9 farms, right?
Yeah, dude, it was. I've told this story to my stream before, but there was an instance, probably a year ago. I was playing a game at 2 a.m. I was real tired. And it was also a late game as well. So, you know, it's just raiding wood lions, all that crazy stuff. And I placed one farm like this. One farm. And it was screenshotted. And shit around the Discord. Exactly. And it's plagued me ever since. I mean, it was definitely a thing before that, but... So, decisions are going to have to be made here. Players are going to have to attack. Wow, Sally did it as well. That one's even worse. Okay, so I saw Green talking, and he said, I guess go red. So I don't know who Strode's talking to exactly, but decisions are going to be made on who they'll team up on here in a second.
I feel like red's a bit of a target here. I don't know why. Just getting that feeling. I mean, it hasn't really spread out as well. Like he's trying to now.
Yeah, he doesn't have any control in the south. I guess he'll send some vills now. He's just a bit behind the others. I also find Portuguese to be kind of a lackluster pick. He is making some caravels on water, and that's unique to them and can be helpful. But I feel like on land they really struggle a lot in comparison to some of these other civs.
Do you think people are being conscious about the Faderia and trying to knock that player out early? Because that can be pretty strong.
I think this probably isn't the map for it. I think if actually the previous game, I don't know if you saw it, the migration game, if someone had Portuguese, it would have been great because that's when there was no wood left, there was no gold. But on a map with this much gold, it could be huge. Oh, we have a move, Spirit. Ande 23 is attacking poor John. And John has just arrived to Imp. I think John could be in big trouble, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just got the wrong army comp as well. Like, he does have units out, but it's not the right one for this.
It's tough for Mayans to deal with Ethiopians. Ethiopians get fully upgraded skirms for plumed archers. And then, if Mayans try and go eagles, Ethiopians also could go for those Shotel warriors. They have all the counters.
Sure. Or even siege eventually, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Mayans in general... They're really good in competitive play. They're very good in competitive play because of their economy and the bonuses they take in Dark Age, Feudal Age. But in post-imp, there are a lot of civs that can deal with them. Sally says, hi, Gray, need some help. And Sally says, I'll help Gray, guys. All right, so Sally is going to help. He's Japanese. And Ande 23 is top scorer.
Yeah, he's off to a really good start.
Strode says blue stop that right now. Sally says hang on. And Gray's like, please help. Aw. I always feel bad for the person to die first in these games. There always has to be one, but it's gonna be brutal, man. He really wanted to perform. Might get away with it. Oh, he's got away with his king. Funny enough. The TC wasn't even being attacked, it was the castle.
Oh, and he's got in the castle there?
Yeah, now it's run... I know that we might not be on the same time, but now he's run to the next castle. Alright. So you think maybe Samurai? From Sally? He says he's gonna help. I haven't seen anything yet.
Seems like a little bit of a weird choice. to me. Just it's a little bit more of like a stronger champion, but also anti-unique unit.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna do against the skirmishers here. I mean, probably not terrible, but
Have you ever seen fully upgraded Showtails fight fully upgraded Samurai? Because I haven't.
I'm pretty sure the Samurai would win that.
Yeah, I'm just curious because I've seen Showtails do some shocking things against even Woad Raiders, and obviously Samurai have that bonus, right? But okay. Currently, your mom has sent elite Karambit warriors to Ande's base, and Ande's running away now with his king. So a lot of pressure on Ande 23. I think he's put a big old target on his back with his score.
That's what happens when you jump out there too fast, right? Everybody tries to take advantage. Where's the king?
By the castles right now.
Oh, there
Actually,
it is,
it just hopped into a castle. And that will save Gray for the time being, I think. But yeah, maybe this is one of those situations where everyone focuses on blue because of how dominant he is, and then once he's out of the picture, they start to shape up to focus on someone else.
Yeah, well, he's really jumping out to a score lead. I don't know where most of that's coming from.
Let's see. Well, lots of resources banked up, and kills also help. He has 100 kills and 10 deaths, so that's also helpful. But
that's a good ratio for skirmishers.
Yeah, not bad. He's destroyed a lot of buildings. All right, here comes John with some Eagle Warriors. He might snipe a few trebs. So this isn't the worst. It's some good value, at least. No action elsewhere. It's just all on blue. And like I said, players like Hugo, Seaberg, Strode, they have time. Seaberg's researching Paladin. He doesn't really have a ton of food, but he has 6,000 gold, which is crazy.
Is he the guy that saves it up, or is that orange?
That's orange, but I guess Seaberg is the new Strode right now. 6,000 gold. Holy crap. Okay, so Sally says, Ande, this is as far as you went. Ande says yes, and Strode says totally agree. I'm not understanding what they mean by that. Does that mean... Oh, Sally has re-allied Ande. So he's basically said, okay, you did this much damage to Gray, possibly? And we've done the same to you. Back off?
It's always funny in these games to get like a group sense of justice sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, right after that, Sally decides to enemy again and fight. So I don't really know what's going on right now, but I do know that your mom is pushing with some trebs. So Ande definitely can't push. Ande needs to defend. I mean, he has gold in the north. He has 2 relics, but I'm not seeing any siege right now. I'd like to see some bombard cannons for him. That would really help out against the siege that Purple's sending forward. Whoa!
Yeah, what?
Sorry, the Navy from Red in the south. Check that out. That's a lot.
Oh, wow. And caravels, too.
Yeah, maybe he'll just clean up all the corners, take the gold for himself, and hope that no one attacks him on land.
I feel like that's a pretty good plan here, actually. Like, if he went for the south to take out yellow, and at least take that, like, that's still a lot of gold there for him. And, like, he'd win water pretty easily right now.
Yeah, I guess population space is always a concern. Oh, here we go. We could fill one of the spots on the bingo.
Oh, there we go.
Your mom gets nice shots. This is good. Could have been better, honestly, but...
Maybe not quite epic enough.
Yeah, I don't know. Who's the judge on that? Do you judge on if that's epic enough?
Oh, I figured we'd
decide. Yeah. I'd say probably not. Not yet. Chat is having a field day with your mom. Your mom has had nice shots, yeah. Throwing back a couple shots.
What time are you at right now?
I am at 40.
Okay, yeah, I'm at the same place as you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and now we're seeing some, we saw some infantry upgrades for blue, so I think he will go for Showtails as well. He needs something to deal with the onagers, but The onagers
Even
are...
Showtel's
Oof.
just the snipe buildings, though. I mean, to me, that's what they're best at, is jumping in with the high attack, and you just tear down a castle or tear down a town center.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Notice how Sally is fighting with mainly light cav. I've talked about how strong he is, but he's fighting with light cav while he saves gold. There's a lot of long-term planning going on here. And a lot of passive play, to be honest, because everyone knows if you're the first person to fight, you're using gold that the others are not.
Yeah, kind of an odd play for Japanese, but I guess he's just trying to come up with something against, you know, like you say, something that doesn't cost a lot of gold.
Yeah.
And can do okay against the skirmishers, at least.
And also, sometimes in Diplo, you don't truly want to save a guy, but you need to act like you are. So maybe he's applying some damage to blue with this attack, but also purple's still taking damage because he's not helping with something more. So it kind of helps him out now that two players are getting weaker because of just light cast.
Yeah, good point.
Okay, Hugo said red turned on me. Alright, now, what's funny is he has elite caravels, and yellow has fast fire ships, and caravels are awful against fast fire ships, so yellow prepared for this one.
Yeah, I just need something in front of those. Like, even just mix in 8 fire ships.
Yeah.
And you'd probably be fine. But, yeah, not up close like that.
I forget if Portuguese get heavy demo, but certainly a combo of your own fires, or maybe even some demos in front would be good. Caravels are... If you're wondering what makes caravels good, caravels, they do pass-through damage, and makes them particularly good against galleons. Fires are a counter to caravels, so I would expect red to be pushed back pretty far, as long as yellow can keep production up.
Yeah, that was a matter of a much smaller navy, but just having the right army composition. And all the red stuff here, even the cannon galleon's not going to do very well against fire ships, right?
I think when you asked at the start of this game, there was 120,000 gold on the map. There's 49,000 gold remaining.
Wow.
So we are already through 2/3 of the golds. Green has 2 relics, blue has 2 relics, and yellow has 1. Red is still taking a lot of this gold in the south. He's got to be thanking the Age of Empires gods that yellow hasn't even built a tower here. I mean, they're both forgotten about it, honestly, because they're both mining peacefully.
Yeah. And nobody's taken the stone yet, have they? I don't even think they've touched it.
No, not really. Just the gold for now. Okay, Strode, I think, is talking to Teal. He's building a lot of these Japanese guard towers now as well. Okay. Oh, Gray said blue is very strong. We need to take him out. Strode said, please be friendly. And then his king is too far. So I think... maybe we have a bit of an alliance between gray, teal, and orange on this right-hand side, but I'm not sure how solid that is. I think teal might take out any opportunity he can to kill Strode.
Yeah, I do like what orange is doing, though, with getting all these keeps. And once he's got the Yasuma in there, and yeah, those kind of bases are really annoying to fight into.
Well, I think he mined through all that stone. If you look at his corner...
oh, yeah.
I think he and Teal mined through a lot of that stone. In fact, they both have 2,000 plus stone.
Well, I mean, for Japanese, I do feel like putting it into towers is a better idea than castles at this point.
Yeah, it really, I guess, depends on if you're going to want samurai at some stage. But even if you have 3 castles with Japanese, you can produce samurai pretty quickly.
Yeah, aren't they one of the fastest made units, I think? Or at least one of the fastest.
Yeah, certainly. It's insane what you can do with them. And, wow, okay, so Sally has now turned on red. And red has most of his population on water. This is the problem. In a 200 pop game, if you're pop capped and someone's attacking your base where your king is, there's not much you can really do. And it's only light cav, a few skirms, and trebs. But still, these castles are falling.
Yeah, and then on the right, he's losing all his organ guns to infantry.
Oh, yeah.
I'm attacked on all sides here.
Yeah, I don't know what you think about organ guns, but they're very slow, and yes, they can be strong. I'm never really convinced with them every time I see them. It's a bit of a shame, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd say I'm in a same spot with them. You know, sometimes every once in a while they look really amazing.
Yeah.
But I think in general they're tough to use
Yeah.
properly, I think.
Yeah, Hugo's halberdiers are tuning these pianos. My God. But the king is out for red, and I'm going to assume that that king will be killed, but he's just chilling out there. All right. Wait. All right, there we go. That is the first snipe in this game, Spirit. And if I didn't mention it before, when kings die, a relic appears as well, so Sally can get 3 relics instead of 2.
There you go. Man, he has so many resources left, too. I feel like he actually had the resources to hold out there for a while.
Yeah.
But just didn't have the military buildings to get him out.
Yeah, I think he invested too much on the water. It's a good game plan. I think had he taken even just 2 corners for himself and just camped, it could have been good. But, you know, maybe that works with a civ that has more population efficiency. Because organ guns, you need a ton of them for them to be strong. Whereas maybe if you have a paladin civ, you could hold that with 20 paladins and the rest can be on water.
Yeah.
Right. Well, fight continues. Man, this is a bold group of plumed archers for Gray. He's trying his best. He does have elite plume, but I guess Gray and Purple are working together, and they're not doing too hot right now versus Ande 23.
Yeah, those arbalests just really good. Like, you don't notice it, but that 15% at the end of the day makes a big difference.
Ooh. Ooh. Teal's on orange. And we'll see how the towers hold up. It seems like they're falling a lot faster than they were built.
Yeah, Paladin's a good choice there if you've got the gold for it. But
yeah,
even then, like, they just kind of melt under the towers when you got a group of them like that.
Yeah. It's amazing how much damage they can do. I'm glad I'm not Teal right now. But Strode doesn't have military. He's 34 military. Mainly halberdiers, I think. And oh, now Siege Ram's on the way for Teal? I expect a lot of these towers to fall. That was a huge investment.
Yeah, even just the trebuchets. I like what he's doing with having the king jump between them. But yeah, once you show up with this many siege units, it's a matter of time, right?
Yep. And Strode says, he attacked me for no reason. I'm pretty sure he attacked you so A, you can get $5 by sniping your king, and B, he can take your land and your resources. So there are reasons. It's just you didn't necessarily instigate this.
Yeah, you gotta expect that, though. That's the name of the game, right?
Yeah. There's a legend named Blue Coffee, and I recently uploaded a game. He played in game 1 yesterday, and someone in the YouTube comments said people have to realize that Diplo is about friends for a season. You know, it's yes, you can respect someone, but you're just friends. Like, only one person can win, right? So it's just what's convenient for you at the time, and for Teal, it's not convenient for him to have Strode as an ally anymore. And Strode he might be out of it. I mean, the king is really close to these paladins and really close to the skirmishers. I guess he'll hop into the castle for now, Spirit, and barely hold on.
Yeah, I know he's making a break for it.
On day 20.
A couple seconds ahead of you right now.
Ah, yeah, you probably saw him in the castle already.
Yeah, I saw him get out too.
Well, on day 23 says 3v1 really, and I can't. The thing is, I can sympathize with Blue, but I'm not surprised that this has happened because he was one of the first to make a move and because of his score. So I can see both point of views on this. I would want to kill the stronger player as well.
Oh, totally. I feel like he's kind of messing up a little bit. I wouldn't say messing up, but he's certainly kind of ignoring the top there, and that's a whole lot of gold he's not getting. I think he'd be finding this a lot easier if he had, you know, that 5,000 gold or whatever he's got just sitting there.
Yeah, it's actually 9,000.
Wow.
And only now did someone arrive there with villagers. Strode of all people is there. He's gonna die, but he wants his gold before he dies. Yeah, he's had 3,000 wood for a while. Maybe Blue could have sent lumberjacks to mine gold. I don't know what's going on with this chat from Sally. At least in Capture Age, for me, it has a 4 in front of what he's saying. Is that the case for you in game, or is it only in Capture Age?
I don't have him selected. I can take a look next time I see.
Okay.
It looks intentional though when I'm looking at your stream.
Yeah, it's really weird. I can't explain it, but he's definitely one to say things for people's enjoyment, so people understand what's happening. He says, You know what I think this is? I mean, okay, my initial thought is that Capture Age is adding a feature soon where I can tell how many people Roach is or Sally might be saying stuff to, but the numbers are still confusing.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. I think that's part of it. Is that just something I don't know about, where it's kind of like, you know, you can chat with specific people, but just by typing that in? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that is it. I don't know, but he wouldn't be saying to... Yellow responded after Sally said something with 8, and player 8 is orange, so I'm...
Yeah, well, he was telling him to just hold on.
Yeah.
Killing teal, right?
Maybe.
He says, I'll snipe teal.
Now, I don't think... Chat's saying he's saying who he's talking to. I don't think he would say... Remember, he said that he was going to snipe teal, hold on a little bit. That's what green just said, and he said that to yellow, and yellow said okay. But maybe, I mean, it's something like that.
Somebody should test that out.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be intentional, because he's the only person doing it. See, look, he says, I'll snipe teal. If I fail, will you join short? Okay, now he's saying it to yellow. Yes, that's probably it. But anyway, just so you know, gray is currently holding on to Orange's king. Orange is hiding in Gray's castle. So that might not be very good for Gray, to be honest, because he's gonna have to face the wrath of Seaberg. I would hate it if I were him.
Well, I'm a little surprised he doesn't just snipe it and take the kill.
Yeah, yeah. That's true.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he might need a friend over here, I guess, because he does have blue on the other side of him. But we'll see. Blue is like... Blue and purple are just going at it. It's been a massive 1v1 for 20 minutes now. And Ande has progressed a little bit, but he's not gone that far. Okay, so Tarzes says, if you write... Ah, really? I didn't know that, Tarzes. Okay. I think it's actually a user patch feature, which Sally's taking advantage of, that no one knows about.
So we can just type in the number, like with the greater than or less than?
Yeah, I'd never, yeah, exactly. I'd never heard about that before. But I think, you know, I take it back. I think I did hear about this like 6 months ago, and I just never thought of it since.
Well, it'd be pretty obscure to use, right? Except in a Diplo game. Yeah,
and Sally would be the one to know to use it. There's certain groups of people, like a few dozen people, who are always up to date with what user patch is up to and keeping tabs. It's amazing what user patch does. Yeah, so now he is talking to 4. I was just confused because he had talked to 8. Maybe he screwed up. And now he says, when snipe fails... Oh, Hugo says, should I turn on Seaberg? Sally says, not yet, when snipe fails. So, I'm not sure this snipe will fail. The cav archers from Sally are running right underneath the castle where Seaberg has his king. And this is... Oh no, I was about to say perfect execution. Attack the castle. Got him. Wow, that was clean, man. Teal was so distracted, too. Well played, yeah. Sally. Sally gets a snipe.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Sally says T90 easy. Easy money. Yes, $5. Woohoo! So, this is the first time you've ever seen a game with Strode, I assume, right, Spirit?
Yep, never seen him before.
Okay, what are your thoughts on how he's been able to control this game, like Puppet Master?
I don't. He just makes friends really quickly here.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get why Blue hasn't killed him up at the top. He's up there just taking his gold, and Blue's just totally fine with it. He's hanging out in Gray's castle. It's like nobody wants to take this guy out.
Well, oh, did I say Strode? I totally meant Sally.
Oh, sorry.
My bad. Yeah. I mean, Strode, he hasn't done the best job of making friends, I guess. But like Sally's clearly very strong. He's spoken to multiple players. He's basically told Yellow, hey, I'm gonna fight for you, I'm gonna kill Teal for you, he said he was gonna save Strode. It's just so fascinating how he plays this way.
Yeah, and you don't even have to follow it up at that point. Like, everybody's distracted, right? You just have to send that message that you're a friend, right? And you won't get targeted. Okay, so a couple things going on. Strode is barely alive. His king is on low HP. Oh, it's below 25 HP, Spirit. So that's nice. For our bingo board, right? I didn't even see what it got shot by. Yeah, it's running in the center. I'm not sure either. Also, I got an alert that Blue's king is on the move. So Blue's king is currently on the move in the shoreline. And
Getting a lot of alerts about kings at the moment. I think this might be the end of blue.
And he's score lead.
Yeah, he's score lead, but that king will die. And wow, great. Whoa. There's a dodge there, but Gray gets his revenge. Well played. Ande 23 is killed off.
Yeah, and that's another one for the bingo, right? Score lead gets killed.
Yeah, man, you made a good bingo board.
I feel like we're doing all right.
Yeah, where are we, guys? To the people doing the bingo in the chat, where are we? What do we need next? Strode. He does have resources, even though he's at 49 pop. Oh, but his king is in Sally's castle. That's interesting. That's probably the wrong person to hide with. And purple's now been killed by Sally. Sally's just gonna get everybody, isn't he?
Oh, wow. Yeah, he's on a rampage now.
Oh, wow. So Sally helped purple for the whole game. 1 hour in, right after blue was dealt with, purple gets sniped. What a play, man. Sally's sniping everybody. Crazy.
Well, it makes sense, right? I mean, they're teaming up against blue and blue's gone. I mean, it's only a matter of time till one of them betrays the other.
Sally always has a friend. He always has somebody. Right after killing a few people, he's talking to Orange and he's like, hey, I'm going to need you. I'm going to need you. Going to need you. And then Strode says, everyone is your enemy now. Okay, so Strode's like working for him now because Sally was nice to him.
I think Strode's the puppet master here, man.
Maybe Strode, maybe this is all part of Strode's master plan. I don't know. I think, is Strode lying right now? He says they're talking about teaming up on you. I don't see any conversation.
I like this angle he's playing, though. He's like, they're going to 3v1 you. You can't win that. So, you know, let's team up kind of thing. The more allies you got, the better, man.
So apparently one of the things on the bingo board was if I miss a snipe. And so we got that one with purple. Strode was too quick for me. Sorry. I'm loving this transport action from Sally, though. This is something I've really wanted to see all game, is players make use of this water with something other than Navy.
Well, there's even a bit of trade on it now, which I think is a good idea.
Yeah, it's true. Wow, Sally has 6,000 gold. He has 2 relics, 6,000 gold, and some trade.
Well, he's definitely the guy to beat right now.
Who does he go for? So there's gray and yellow alive. Gray's in a strong position, as is yellow. We could see plumes and eagles from gray. I see him upgrading eagles now, and Hugo has fully upgraded Japanese infantry. And I see this transport. It's working its way around. It's important for Sally that he sniped purple before purple could enemy him. These docks are allied docks now, so he can sail on by. That's a long way to go, but I guess he's going for gray.
What's in him? Oh, yeah, that's the little snipe team he's got in there.
Yeah.
Is Gray's king close to the water, though?
Not
I feel like
that close.
Yeah.
But Gray's focus is going to be on the center. He currently has plumed archers and siege rams. Now, funny enough, Sally, he might not have... I don't think he will have enough to deal with gray and yellow if gray and yellow fight together.
I don't even know if he knows about Gray's very aggressive movement up here.
Yeah, he can see it, but whether or not he physically sees it, I'm not sure.
Especially gray on the map, right?
Yeah.
I just want to see.
Yeah, man, that's the worst. And orange as well, if it's like a desert terrain. Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay. Slow and steady for Sally's sniping team. I have a feeling that this is going to work. You notice? Sally's also talking to Hugo while he's about to snipe. This is amazing. He's like, so Hugo, long silence, huh? And meanwhile, he's on his way, sailing towards Gray's castle. Oh my goodness. I think it's gonna work, Spirit. If all he needs to do is get those cav archers to the base of the castle.
Yeah, no, yeah. What time are you at? I'm at 1:13:40.
You are 30 seconds ahead of me, so apparently something good's about to happen. Not sure why that is either. Sally's forward castle also has a light cav. Oh my god. It's making it look so easy. Gray, you have to react to this. You have to turn on him. Snipe those cav archers before the king ejects.
Yeah, this is a really good ambush.
Sally turns early on Gray. The only way that Gray doesn't die is if his king ejects to the right. I don't know if he'll eject in time. Wow. Another one. Another one goes down. And now all of Gray's military would just be here and useless in the center. That was incredible from Sally.
Yeah, that was nice. Just as Gray was attacking him in his base, too.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, those Japanese cav archers, man.
Yeah. I mean, the mobility is nice there. If you went for Arbalest instead, it would take some time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so currently Sally has how many snipes? He sniped red. He sniped purple. He has sniped gray. Blue was... How do I forget already? No, that was gray. That got blue.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
however, he's played very well. Strode, I think, is playing dumb, honestly. I think Strode... Oh my goodness. Yeah, Strode says it's not like I have any power to do anything. Look in Strode's transport. It's on the other side of the map from Sally.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he says those 20 halves won't do much. Basically, he's acting as if he has no chance. And he is clearly waiting for his time to maybe snipe Sally after Hugo beats him, or sorry, after Sally beats Hugo, or the other way around.
Oh, that just seems so risky, right? Like his king is in Sally's castle.
I know, it would be so epic.
How would you attack him without losing your own king?
Oh, it would be so epic. What if it comes down to murder holes? What if Sally hasn't researched murder holes, and so Strode's king stays alive? That would be amazing.
I would think he would quietly evacuate his king first before it came to that.
Yeah, I think he should try and run away now.
Yeah, because they're buddied up in there, both kings right beside each other.
Well,
same castle.
Yeah, I mean, here's the fight. Yellow is now against orange. He's also against green. Well, hold on a second. Strode wasn't happy about that. He said, yellow, why enemy me? And yellow's accepted him back into the friend group. Okay, so something to point out here. If orange wants to free his king, he would have to click Sally's castle, and then he would have to click the king to eject it. If he clicks the king to eject it, where does it go? It ejects right into the other castle.
Oh, man.
So I don't know if there's a way to save his king. I don't think it's possible.
Oh, so true. Good point, man.
Because it would just go back and forth. This is so high level from Sally to think about it this way. There's no way that Strode saves that king. Unless he kills Sally.
Yeah, what do you do as orange now?
Okay, someone said, chat's telling me that Sally made an attempt to snipe. Did not see that attempt, and I don't see... Ooh, no, those are yellow trebs. I don't see much happening. Yellow's making a big push. And honestly, with this many infantry units, if yellow can just get some siege to back it up, Sally could be in trouble.
Yeah, well, it's Japanese against Japanese, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're seeing a lot of light cav against champions and helps. I mean, yeah, Sally is getting out some hand cannoneers now, though.
That's good.
That's the right play.
Yeah, I feel like a mix of hand cannons and skirms can work quite well here. But I'm not a fan of how he's sending them in low numbers. I think he needs a big ball of them before it can work well.
You know, I do like Green's position, though. Like, he's got way more resources in the bank here.
Yeah, the gold's the big one, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess that's what I mean by resources, yeah. Cause,
yep.
Yeah, yellow can go with trash for days.
Okay, so Strode says, Sally, yellow trusts me now. I can snipe him. And so he's apparently going to go for yellow, and this could be amazing or it could be an epic fail because yellow does have some navy on water.
This is a good time to do it, though.
Yeah.
As yellow's pushing out, I think orange is pretty resigned to the fact he's probably going to lose, but if he can maybe get one more king snipe, and come in second, I think he's probably happier since it looked like he was out of it a long time ago.
Yeah, I agree, and the $5 doesn't help or doesn't hurt either. Sorry. Oh my goodness, Seaberg's hussars on the shoreline are chasing the transports. That's kind of funny. That hussar is ready to go.
This could be a good snipe attempt, because that king's right beside the water, and he's got a nice open space beside the castle that he could drop it off at.
Yeah, to the right-hand side, and as you said, yellow is currently preoccupied.
Yeah, and Japanese Trebs, if he's got Cataperuto.
Yep.
Unpack fast, fire fast, take the castle down probably 1 or 2 shots.
Yeah, that's maybe one thing I didn't think of when considering if to choose Japanese. Cataperuto is really nice to unpack those Trebs quickly. Strode just said, yellow, I'm going to snipe Sally. It was all a trick. He's not going for yellow. Or he's lying to yellow. I don't know, but I was not expecting Strode to have this much power.
I think green can take this on his own right now, though. I don't even...
Oh yeah, my god!
Even need it.
You're not wrong! Oh my god! Where do these Trebs come from? Yellow, save yourself! This is epic! You better hurry up, Strode. You better get to Sally's base, because Yellow's about to die. Sneaky, sneaky. Wow. Well, now what happens to Strode's king? Strode says, well, F? Oh, man. Strode thought he had the master plan, but Sally was faster.
Yeah.
Sally says, can you make, I wanted to say Trebs, but you can't. Did he? Not sure why he's saying that. Strode has some castles. Maybe Sally hasn't realized that Strode has this. He just needs to stall. He's like, hey, I have a joke. He should tell him a riddle or a joke or sing him his favorite song right now. Anything to stall. And Sally says, I have an idea. Bring 2 vills to my castle. We will fight the kings, run around, and fight with vills.
I can't imagine Sally's even considering this for a second.
Shh. Strode says the samurai escort is there too. Wait. Do the light cap note? I think.
Oh no, don't drop it there.
Oh, Sally noticed. Oh man, Sally noticed it, immediately ejected that king and killed Strode. What a game, man. That was so entertaining.
Yeah, that's pretty sneaky. I like that orange held on to the very end.
Yeah.
Kind of the first one to lose his base and stuck it out right till the end.
Yeah, so Strode says, I was trying to run, but you had your castles hopped. And Sally said, yes, I learned from coffee. So actually, got to think back to the first game yesterday where Blue Coffee played. Similar thing happened. The red player sent his king to Blue Coffee, and red wanted to escape, but Blue Coffee had his castle set up so red could never escape. That was brilliant. So orange did want to leave. He did want to run, but Sally made it so that king was held hostage forever. That was a beautiful performance from Sally. He's already a legend, and we can see why he's a legend in community games. It was beautiful. Did you notice that the final 3 were all Japanese?
Oh, I didn't notice that, but yeah, you're right.
Yep, Sally, Strode, and Hugo. And Japanese is strong.
Well, we were saying they were pretty good on this map for a couple reasons, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think more than anything, it was probably, well, for Sally, it was down to the play. Hugo, he dealt with the threat on the left, and then I guess Sally had dealt with the threat to the right. So not sure if it was fully Japanese as much as just how the game played out, but it was still very cool. Toyota versus Subaru versus Yamaha. Oh my god. All right, so to the achievements, Blue had 819 kills. The KD is beautiful, but unfortunately he was well ahead of everybody in score. He attacked somebody who the others seemed to like, and once a target was on his back, he was always going to be in a bad spot. As you said, I think he could have taken that gold in the north, which he neglected to do.
Yeah, if he'd been a little more all out and just like, all right, I'm just fighting everybody, I think he actually would have been a bit better off.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially once they all ganged up on him to just say, you know what, I'm just going to fight everybody and take all the resources I can. But I think either way, like you say, once he had the target on his back, that's really tough, right?
So Sally in the Twitch chat now says, I ran my light cav into him to inflate his score and deflate my score. Wait a second, that was intentional? You threw away units to boost his KD to boost his score?
4D chess, man. Wow.
Wow, I didn't think about that. I thought that it was just save gold, but it saves gold and also boosts the guy's score who you want to be killed.
Well, we were saying Blue had such a high score, right? We're like, look at this kill death ratio. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, Blue failed at one big thing. He didn't do Diplo. I didn't see him talk much at all. He could have tried to spin it. I think Sally talked more than all other 7 players. Blue could have just talked a little bit to Purple and said, hey, we need to deal with Sally. He's won games before. Or maybe Gray said, hey, we could trade, whatever. So that was pretty obvious there.
Yeah, that always helps, yeah.
Well, I don't know how to sum that one up, but seeing as this is probably the portion where this will go to YouTube and the video cuts off, great performance from Sally. Spirit, it was amazing that we had 3 Japanese players, and it was amazing how that game played out. It was fun having you.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Perfect game to bring me in for.
All right.